Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Organic from Sayantika Ray. I hope I pronounced that right. All right. This is, as I was looking at the date on this one, because I think I've seen it before. Actually, the beginning strokes remind me of, is it Tigeranga? It's a Thomas Padros one. I think there's another Tangle too that uses the same stroke, and so my brain says, well, who came first? And I didn't look at the other ones, but this one is from 2015, the year that I was certified. And I'm not sure when the other ones were, but I'm like, oh, this one's been around for a while. Why have we not tried it yet? All right, I don't know. Okay, so this one, ooh, do I want to do this one in the corner? Nah. Okay. The big debate of the, on the corner or not on the corner. That is the question. Okay, so this one starts off with, we'll call it a C-shaped curve line. It kind of starts off with a line that then goes into a C shape. So I'm going to start I'm going to start here and come up, and it kind of like a shepherd's hook type of thing, or a cane. This one, at this angle, I'm thinking it's the cane that's saying, yeah, let's yank you off the stage. All right, then from here, going underneath this. So this doesn't necessarily matter how long this is. You could err on the side of, not having it bend around too far. But so we're going to take a line right here, right underneath it, do the same thing, going the other way, like that. I haven't decided quite how long to have these yet. I'm sure whatever size, I seem to just be varying them. And you know what, as I'm doing it, I've been playing with it, but then, sometimes, yeah, that's the right direction. All of a sudden my brain went, is that the right way to curve that? Yes, it is. Maybe it'll get a little smaller as we go up to the top. Yeah, that's fun. And you just keep alternating. And then on the end, she has us going into a spiral. Like that. Okay, and I have nicely graduated them to smaller as I went up. Okay, then, on my version of the step out, I just wanted people to see this, because I'm always working towards for the person that has never done anything like this before, and I want to make sure that you can see what we're doing, and that is, it's a C-shaped curve line. I was like, is it backwards? No, sometimes, I don't know, for those that have tangled for a while, do you find sometimes that you forget how to, which way does the S go? Which way does the C go? I forget. Okay, so I'm going to start a little further down than this, but I'm just looking at just this shape, and we're going to down a little further, like that, almost like it's a flux shape or teardrop kind of hiding a little bit behind this. And depending on the space that you have here, you just keep kind of, well, that went right off the page. Let's see if I can get that right on the edge. Okay, that works. All right, so that first one is a little wonky. You could always, I was debating on waiting and doing that one last. But what I did on my version of the step outs, as I was starting to say, is I just did one on each one, so you could see how it goes. You don't have to do it like in that order, unless of course you want to. I think it is a bit easier to just, okay, I'm taking this side and I'm going to work down that side. And each time you go down, or then each next one, it's just a little bit down, a little bit further, like that. And these ones were stepping, this one, just because it's the bottom one, I had them coming to that point. If you take a look at the For More Inspiration link, it's a little bit different there, but it just, like I said, it depends, because I have a definite edge here where Sayantika has doesn't, and so you could kind of go around a little bit more. So here's a thought: don't start it right on the edge, because that way then you can kind of round it up to you. All right, so then we just continue these shapes, and then you just kind of gauge it so that way you can, I'll make that one big, have it so it looks like it's, you have a diagonal-ish. Well, if I look at it this way, and close works. This one, I'm only going to have room for that. In the end, it doesn't matter. Now, on this curlicue one, same thing. Yeah, and like I said, in the end, it's not going to matter. Also, so if things, kind of go awry a bit, take a look again at the For More Inspiration link, but scroll down past the step outs, which is something that I a lot of times don't do. I'm like, oh, there's the step out. Oh, okay, let's play. And then I find a whole world of things sometimes after it. But again, take a look, because there's some ideas there on decorating, and if something doesn't go the way you like it, then one of the best things to do is to find a way to have it be incorporated into your decoration. That's a good way to put it. And let's see. Well, I think I'm going to color these in, because there's, although it does, I can't remember. I was trying to think. I was going to do something different. So on these original bits, I do like them filled in, though. There's all kinds of things that you could do with that. But I'm feeling like I need some contrast, and so that's what I'm going to do. And it might be easier in hindsight if you wanted to fill if you know you're going to fill them in. I kind of like to wait to the end to see how things turn out, and then also what things I need to incorporate into my pattern. And then, play with it afterwards. I just like to save it to the end for those reasons. And yes, incorporate into the design is going to be my new way of saying covering things up. Well, I use course correction, because that is something else too. It could be a course correction, and that works. And let's get fancy up here. Let's trace over, thicken this one edge a little bit. Maybe this edge. Because I like the way that looks. All right, and let's do some shading. This one particularly fun, because it's like, taking a look at it, because the shading is amazing. I like to go where things look like they're tucked in. This is what I jokingly call, this is Heather's rules for Heather. And let's do these two sides. So a little graphite. A little bit of a circular motion. Then I'm going to pull some of it out to make it not look like a line. See, even if I do this with a, small circles, you still see this line, and I just don't like that. So I just bring it out. Yeah, it's just bringing the gradient out. I want to keep more of the graphite right down here. And look at how that has changed it, improved it. And I will do the other side. You can always go back and add more, which I might do, because it adds such a more dramatic effect. All right, all of a sudden oh, there it is. Okay. Let's look at it for a moment. Yep. Let's go a little, wait, but wait. let's use, I'm wiping off my colorless blender. Let's do that first. Oh, do you see? Okay, watch the magic down here. Look, if you've not tried this, if you don't have a colorless blender, I highly recommend getting them. They come in, like at your, craft store. I see them in 2-packs. Some of the bigger sets might have them already in there, but, and I know on my Amazon Enabler Alert page, I think I might have found a 2-pack, but it seems like you're going to use them. Like it's more cost effective sometimes to buy in a, little bit larger quantity. You will use them. Find somebody, fellow tangler, you can go in on some. I have to go back and look and see what I had listed on there, but that is awesome because sometimes you just don't want to have more graphite. You could also start off with darker graphite. This is just like a regular number 2 type of pencil, which is what I think an HB type of thing. But you have all kinds of options. And I do believe let's put using what's left on the Tortillion just right at those tips to give it a little bendiness. Okay, and before I do the other side, let's get it right to the edge though. That's helpful. Yeah, see how that just creates that bit of shine right in there, and it looks like it's wrapped around. So we'll do that on this side. Like that. Super neat. Super neat. So it could be, a nice border, number 1, or could be a, just, a feature. It's such a cute tangle. Really, really neat. Well, I hope that you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please click the like button. If you liked it enough to see more and you have not yet subscribed to the channel, would love to have you be a subscriber. In the description section, I mentioned links to the step outs. And then below that is my link tree. That's where the Amazon, I have a Amazon store there. So what I've done with that is I created a bunch of lists of stuff that I use, stuff that people I know use. So they kind of come with a recommendation. So they're just curated lists that should hopefully make sense. There's some lists there that are for special events, like our TangleCon event, some that were for specific classes. And, but, so some things might be duplicated because I tried to pull them, the whatever it is out of, I'll leave it, in it's like if it's a certain pencil, I'll leave that there and then and just kind of copy it over so that way if you're doing a specific class and there's specific things, then there is a specific list. So anyway, have fun taking a look at that. I appreciate that. I do get a little commission on that, and any of the links that are on there, on the link tree, I do get a little teeny commission, and I appreciate that. All right. Also on the link tree, if you would like to tangle with me and a bunch of other Tangle addicts online, I do that on Tuesdays and Thursdays, twice on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern Time. On the link tree, you will find 2 links where I post classes. So that way it makes it a little easier. You can see them, register, and, see it in your time zone, and if you register that way, then you get reminders and such like that. One is my Facebook page, so that's when I list the classes there, you will see that, amongst other things. And let's see, speaking of the rest of the Tangle addicts, you can have 24/7 fun in our Tangle Addicts community group on Facebook. So you find that link, click it, answer the 4 questions, and as soon as I see it, I will let you in. All right, so with that, thank you again so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.